Bidding conference is hereby called to order. May good morning everyone. May I request Engineer Flora Sara Bisaya for the attendance.
Okay, good morning to all of us. For this bidding conference and also a pre-bid conference, for our attendance, starting from our BAC chairperson, Attorney Joey Digingani. And we have also Mama Ribet, she just left and be back. Our vice chairperson, Engineer Maribes de Burgos. Engineer Cristina Luz Kakayan, Engineer Ruth D. Cantiveros, and Attorney Ormel Digo. And from the BAC TWG, we have here Architect Ann Coro, Engineer Llewellyn Dog, Attorney Shason Millim, and from the BAC Secretariat, Flora Sara Divisaya, yours truly, Miss Stephen Joy Constante, Miss Odisa Sida, Miss Michelin Mundaga, and we have also, um, and from our participating bidders, yes, we have Almac Clor of GCAR Construction Incorporated, Lore Panaw of Kanaway Builders, Lilani Dimaano of 10-02 Enterprises, Arwin Lumaino of RFB Construction Corporation, Joe B. Hinog of Vicente Tilao Construction, Maria Luisa Braga of GM Luciano Construction Incorporated, Nemer Solante of C. Charles Construction and Supply, Pauljan Bandigan of Monolithic Construction, Camille Covillas of RD Mandanas, Nelson Polan of Roma Construction, Giza Pay Pataw of Hixa Mines Corporation, Christina Grace Montañez of MA3 Construction, Andy Hinayon of Adfield Corporation, Elvera Arlan of Rameses Construction, Roger Adan of NER Corporation, Azel de la Serna of RS Sapian Construction, Iser Atibagos of SMPAR Construction and Development Corporation, Miko Almonso of ERQ Builders, Kiara Soria of Equiparco Construction Company, Ophelia Adlaon of Triparco Development Corporation, and Maria Cristina Abriam of Northern Builders. And for this bidding conference of infrastructure projects or civil works, and for the pre-bid conference of 11, 10 infrastructure projects and 2 from goods and services. So actually this pre-bid conference and bidding conference, we invited COA or the state auditor of Commission on Audit, of which they have a representative now, and we have the representative from COA, Michelle and Miss Diamond. And we also invited the president of the Society of Contractors of Agusan, Surigao, and Butuan City, or SCASB, and the Rich Foundation, Surigao Rural Enterprise Assistance Center Foundation Incorporated. And we also, especially for goods, we also invited the president of the Butuan City Chamber of Commerce and Industry Foundation Incorporated, DTI Agusan del Norte, Butuan City. So, sir, that's all for our attendance.
Thank you, ma'am. So the presence of the quorum. So let us now proceed to the bidding conference. So do we have the CWA results, ma'am? Not yet. Okay.
Pre-bid ang sagot.
Okay, so while waiting for the CWA results, let us proceed to our pre-bid conference presentation. So who is ready? Okay, so may I request the presenter for the supply delivery of additional tools and equipment for Equipment Management Division Base Area Shop, DPWH Regional Office 13, Depot, Tiniwisan, Butuan City, to please proceed with your presentation. Thank you.
Any- Good morning, everyone. So, in this private conference, may I allow me to present the supply delivery of additional tools and equipment for Equipment Management Division Base Area Shop, DPWH Regional Office 13 Depot, Tiniwisan, Butuan City. With a project ID of 24GN00014, EBC of 2,695,883. Location is DPWH Regional Office 13 Depot, Tiniwisan, Butuan City. Duration 60 calendar days. For the specifications, item number 1, wheel aligner. Wheel diameter is 11 inches to 22 inches. Track width 48 inches to 96 inches. Wheelbase 79 inches to 180 inches. Inclusions of the wheel aligner are the premium turntable, monitor and pit kiosk, paddle rollback kit. Item number 2, hydraulic shaft press, 30 tons capacity. Item 3, transmission jack hydraulic telescoping, capacity 0.6 tons, lifting range 32 inches, chain size 25.6 extended chains times 2, maximum capacity 1,332 pounds. Item number 4, car creeper with light. Number 5, wheel dolly 6.5 inches to 24.5 inches. Last item, bench vise 105 millimeter by 150 millimeter, 15 kilograms. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So do we have any questions or clarifications? So there is none. So let us now proceed to the next uh, project for contract ID number 2 for GN00013. May I request the presenter to please be ready?
We acknowledge the presence of Advil Corporation via online. Sir, are you still there? Please kindly open your camera. Okay, sir, please open your camera, sir, from Advil Corporation. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I'm presenting the contract ID 24GN 00013, supply, delivery, and installation of network equipment for 9 district offices and structured network cabling, requirements of Bridge and Highway Section Planning and Design Division, DPWH Regional Office 13, J. Rosales Avenue, Butuan City. The duration is 120 calendar days, and the ABC is 4,502,177 and 47 cents. The first item is network switch layer 2, 48 ports data, PoE switch configured and compatible with existing network infrastructure. The description is access and distribution switch for the networking of workstations and IT equipment. The brand and model must be an international brand and name with residence of at least 10 years in the Philippines.
Ano pala, naghulog talaga, kaso nga lang,
And not end of
yung
life.
pinakita niya na
Manufacturer certificate is required. The specifications are also reflected in the BDocs. The supplier shall be able to demonstrate physically or through standard packages that all minimum requirements are specified in the above hardware software specifications are complied with and successfully configured, implemented. The supplier shall ensure that all network connectivity links, applications, services are simulated and successfully tested. The department shall list installation and configuration certificate after the installation configuration been completed. For operational acceptance, a 5-day operational period shall commence upon the receipt of the installation and configuration certificate issued by the implementing office. The supplied software shall be observed and tested during this period. If any trouble problem occurred during the said period, the solution provider shall fix the problem and another operational acceptance period shall be given free of charge. The implementing office shall issue the operational acceptance certificate to the solution provider after successfully completing the 5 days continuous operational acceptance testing and submitted all the required documentation and media. For the warranty, the supplier is required to provide a 3-year warranty or on-site labor from the date of the operational acceptance certificate. The technical support, the local technical support shall include telephone and email 8 hours a day, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., 5 days a week. Monday to Friday for the solution. Support shall have response time for the next business day. For the second item, UPS 2 kVA for floor distributor. Description, continuous power supply and data loss prevention. For the third item, delivery and installation of network switches, layer 2 and UPS to KVA in 9 district offices, including orientation of DITSU, system configuration and integration to DPWH intranet. For the additional requirements, the first, participating bidders will conduct pre-inspection to the node assignment and data cabinet locations. Second, participating bidders will conduct proof of concept to test compatibility of existing equipment and connectivity to DPWH net. Third, all cables must have proper conduit and fittings. Fourth, all components of the structured network cabling are to be installed and terminated at the floor distributor. And after the project is completed, the newly installed communication network and other active equipment installed must be interoperability with the existing DPWH communication network. Six, all active equipment must be in conform with the approved IMS specifications. And last, all structured network cabling components must have a warranty of at least 15 years. For the network cabling, these are the materials needed for the network cabling of planning division bridge section. Thank you. Ends my presentation.
So, ma'am, so do we have any questions or clarifications? So there is none. Thank you. Do we have the presenters for our infra?
Sir, we will also acknowledge the presence of the representative from ARQ, sir, via online to attend this bidding conference.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Do we have the presenter for our infra? For our pre-bid? Okay. Ma'am, i-announce na ako mo. Announcing the eligibility results for contract ID number 25N 00085 San Antonio, Labintic, Malinhawod, and Provincial Road in support to Abaca Fiber Processing, Remedios T. Romualdez, Agusan del Norte. We have two eligible bidders, namely ARQ Builders and RD Mandanas Construction. TWG, kindly open the first envelope of the eligible bidders. For our pre-bid, let us suspend first our pre-bid since we have the CWA results for our bidding conference. So later, for the later part na lang to ang pre-bid. Thank you. upon agreement with the back members, so we will simultaneously do the pre-bid and bidding conference. So while our TWG is evaluating the documents, let us proceed with our pre-bid conference. Okay, sir, you may now proceed with the pre-bid presentation for contract ID number 25N00144. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, ma'am and sir. I will be presenting the project number 3 on the list with the contract ID of 25N00144 by Nakon Bridge B00897 MN along Maharlika Highway, Agusan, Davao section with project ID of P00909-899 MN, location at Bayugan City, Agusan del Sur. Appropriation, 20,282,000 pesos. ABC, 19,572,130 pesos. Contract duration, 120 calendar days. Opening of bids, December 10 until 10 a.m. For the scope of work, widening of bridge with total length of 84 meters. Completion of abutment works, abutment protection sheet pile Z type, and installation of girder. For the summary of quantities, minimum equipment requirement, quarry site for item 104, 311, and 405 at Wawa River. Average hauling distance 3 kilometers from project site. J- Ma'am? Yes, ma'am.
Available ng girder?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Na.
Furnish na siya unsa man sa previous?
Continuing siya, ma'am, nga.
Ang girder is already furnished.
Yes, ma'am.
Installation girder. So,
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
ang girder is already provided sa previous or karon
Na siya ma'am, kaning girder sa previous niya. Ah. Nanay. General topographic plan, the bridge plan, general plan and elevation for the project, the girder detail, abutment protection detail, and that's all, ma'am and sir. Naana siya, ma'am. Nanay, sa past niya, fund, ma'am. Naana siya, complete na ang iyang anyway.
Do we have more additional questions or clarifications? Okay, sir. There is no more question. You may now proceed to the next presentation for our pre-bid conference.
Okay. Next project with contract ID of 25N00171, Agay Bridge B01860MN along Maharlika Highway, Surigao, Agusan section. With project ID of P009-09996MN. Appropriation 10 million pesos. ABC 9,650,000 pesos. Location at Butuan City with the contract duration of 90 calendar days. Description of work to be done, facilities for engineers, other general requirements, earthwork, and bridge construction. For the scope of work, rehabilitation, major repair of bridge, repainting of steel girder, rehabilitation of slope protection at abutment A, and carbon fiber sheet and plate at girders. For the summary of quantities, facilities for the engineers, other general requirements, the earthworks and bridge construction. Minimum equipment requirement, detailed breakdown of the facilities, and other general requirements. For the location map of the project, carbon sheet plan, abutment protection detail, quarry site for sand and gravel at Cabadbaran River, Dinabucan section, 16 kilometers from project site. That's all, ma'am, answer.
Do we have questions or clarifications?
Yes, 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 ma'am. Late, yes, ma'am. Okay. Na. Kanin siya ang plate siya. Sa scope. Agay ba?
Painting of steel girder. We have a slope, carbon fiber sheet, and plate. Steel. May RC. May RC na part.
Yes, ma'am.
Not all girders are. Di ba one span lang ang agay? Oh, so all girders, full girders lang yan siya. So, ano pa man siya? Combination of, di ko kasabot. All the four girders. Ang steel. So, ang outer is RC. So, that's why there is a fiber. Carbon fiber. So, klaro lang. Kuan man go dili siya specific like fiber. So, assume nato siya na all girder is fiber plate.
Okay, so thank you, sir. Before proceeding to the next presentation for our pre-bid conference, let me first announce the eligibility results for contract ID number 25N00129, Lanuza, Tandag Bypass Road, SDCR alternate route, Surigao del Sur. We have 4 eligible bidders, namely Equiparco Construction Company, Evenpar Construction and Development Corporation, Adpil Corporation, and ME3 Construction. TWG kindly open the first envelope of the eligible bidders. Okay, sir, you may now proceed to our next project for our pre-bid conference. Sir, you may now proceed to our pre-bid conference for project ID 25N00172. Thank you.
The next project I will be presenting is Minalong Bridge, B01861 MN along Maharlika Highway, Surigao, Agusan section. With the project ID of mm, with project ID of P009099997 MN, appropriation 10 million pesos, ABC 9,650,000 pesos, location at Butuan City, with contract duration of 90 calendar days. Description of work to be done, facilities for the engineer, other general requirements, earthwork, and bridge construction. For the scope of work, installation of carbon fiber plate at I-steel girder in inner lane, and installation of carbon fiber sheet in between girders for the deck slab. Replacement of bridge approach at abutment A, and repainting of girders. For the summary of quantities, facilities for the engineer, other general requirements, the earthwork, and bridge construction. Detailed breakdown of the facilities and other general requirements. Minimum equipment requirement. For the quarry site, item 104 at Kabadbaran River, Dinabucan section, with average hauling distance of 16 kilometers from project site. Location map of the project. Carbon fiber sheet plan. Replacement bridge approach. Slow protection detail. That's all, ma'am and sir.
Have any questions or clarifications to the presentation? Okay, there is none. You may now proceed to the next presentation for our pre-bid conference.
Saan?
So the next project for our pre-bid is contract ID number 25N00173. Thank you.
Ang kanin- Yan. For the next project with contract ID of 25N00173, Taguig Parallel Bridge, P01989MN along Maharlika Highway, Surigao Agusan section. With project ID of P009100003MN, appropriation 10 million pesos, ABC 9,650,000 pesos, location at Butuan City with a contract duration of 90 calendar days. Description of work to be done, facilities for the engineer, other general requirements, and bridge construction. Scope of work, rehabilitation and major repair of bridge. Carbon fiber at Pier 3 and 4. For the summary of quantities, facilities for the engineer, other general requirements, the earthworks, the bridge construction. Detailed breakdown of facilities and other general requirements. The minimum equipment requirement, location map of the project, general plan and elevation, scoping detail, the typical section, and that's all, ma'am and sir.
Thank you, sir. Any questions?
Yes, Tatang.
There is none. Please proceed to the next presentation for our pre-bid conference. So, contract ID number 25N00175 for our pre-bid conference presentation. Please proceed.
For the next project, Solibao Bridge, B00899MN along Harlika Highway, Agusan Davao section. The project ID of P009098991MN, location at Rosario, Agusan del Sur. Appropriation 32,479,000 pesos. ABC 31,342,235 pesos. Contract duration 120 calendar days. Description of work to be done, facilities for the engineer, other general requirements, and bridge construction. Scope of work, retrofitting, strengthening of bridge, installation of chain type restrainer. The summary of quantities, facilities for the engineer, other general requirements, and bridge construction. The minimum equipment requirement, detailed breakdown, the location map of the project, restrainer detail. That's all, ma'am, answer.
Do we have any question? So there is none. Please proceed to the next presentation.
Tugbon. Siguro na. Ah,
So the next presentation for our pre-bid conference is contract ID number 25N00180. Please proceed.
the next project, Tugbungon Bridge, P01990 MN along Daang Maharlika, Surigao, Agusan section. With project ID of P00910004 MN. Appropriation, 10 million pesos. ABC, 9,650,000 pesos. Location at Surigao del Norte. Contract duration, 90 calendar days. For the description of work to be done, facilities for the engineer, other general requirements, surface courses, bridge construction, and miscellaneous structure. Scope of work, concrete trailing painting works, asphalt overlay, and pavement markings. The summary of quantities. The location map of the project. The general plan and elevation. Cross-section detail. The pavement markings. That's all, ma'am and sir. Four lanes na siya, ma'am. Oh. 4 lanes, ma'am. Padong siyang approaches, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yan.
So our next pre-bid conference presentation is contract ID number 25N00183. Please proceed.
Next project.
182 rather.
183.
Please edit your contract ID sa presentation.
Ma'am, 182 attorney na typo error lang. For the next project, Milan Bridge, B00818 MN along Maharlika Highway, Surigao, Agusan section. Project ID of P00909878 MN. Appropriation of 15 million pesos. ABC, 14,475,000 pesos. Location at Butuan City and contract duration of 120 calendar days. Description of work to be done, facilities for the engineer, other general requirements, and bridge construction. For the scope of work, retrofitting, strengthening of bridge, replacement of expansion joint, carbon fiber sheet, and plate at span 2 inner lane. For the summary of quantities, facilities for the engineer, other general requirements, and bridge construction. For a detailed breakdown, minimum equipment requirement, location map of the project, carbon fiber sheet plan, the expansion joint detail, that's all, ma'am and sir.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any question or clarification? So there is none. Thank you, sir. So before proceeding with our pre-bid conference, may I request Engineer Flora Sara Bisaya to please read the technical result for the first project. Thank you.
Okay, for the technical result of contract ID number 25N00085, San Antonio, Lavintic to Malinhawod and Provincial Road in support to Abaca Fiber Processing Remedios T. Romualdez, Agusan del Norte, with an approved budget for the contract of 28,950,000 pesos. We have two participating bidders for this project. They are RD Mandanas Construction and ERQ Builders, and they submitted bid security in a form of bid securing declaration, and they are all complying or sufficient. That's all for the technical result of this project.
Thank you, ma'am. TWG, kindly open the second envelope of the complying bidders. Thank you. So let us now proceed to our pre-bid conference for contract ID number contract ID number 25N00183. Proceed, sir.
For the next project, the Lepdipan Bridge, P0172 along Maharlika Highway, Surigao Agusan section. With project ID of P00909983 location at Butuan City, the Lepdipan. Location at Butuan City, appropriation of 15 million pesos, ABC, 14,475,000 pesos, with contract duration of 120 calendar days. Description of work to be done, facilities for the engineers, other general requirements, and bridge construction. Scope of work, retrofitting, strengthening of bridge, installation of carbon fiber sheet and plate, and repainting. The summary of quantities. The minimum equipment requirement. The detailed breakdown. Location map of the project. General plan and elevation. Typical cross-section. carbon fiber sheet, and uh, sheet plan. And that's all, ma'am, answer.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any questions? So there is none. So before proceeding to our pre-bid conference, may I request Engineer Flora Sara Bisaya to please read the technical results for our second project. Thank you.
Okay, for the technical result of contract ID number 25N00129, Lanusa to Tandag Bypass Road, is DCR alternate road Surigao del Sur with an approved budget for the contract of 24,125,000 pesos. For this project, we have 4 participating bidders, namely MA3 Construction, Adfil Corporation, Even Park Construction and Development Corporation, and Equiparco Construction Company. These 4 participating bidders submitted bid security in a form of bid securing declaration, and they are all complying or sufficient. That's all for the technical result of this project.
Thank you, ma'am. TWG, kindly open the second envelope of the complying bidders. So announcing the eligibility results for contract ID number 25N00006, preventive maintenance, primary roads along Maharlika Highway, Agusan Davao section, kilometer 1304 plus negative 035 to kilometer 1305 plus 810. We have 9 eligible bidders, namely GCAR Construction Incorporated, Adfil Corporation, Triparco Development Corporation, M. Montes Claros Enterprises Incorporated, Monolithic Construction and Concrete Products Incorporated, Northern Builders, Roma Construction and Development Corporation, ME3 Construction, and Ramesses Construction. TWG, kindly open the first envelope of the eligible bidders. Also announcing the eligibility results for contract ID number 25N00072, construction of Trento Lingig Bypass Road, Trento Agusan del Sur. We have 9 eligible bidders, namely GCAR Construction Incorporated, Monolithic Construction and Concrete Products Incorporated, Equiparco Construction Company, Vicente T. Lao Construction, RS Cipian Construction and Trucking, RFB Construction Corporation, Ramesses Construction, JM Luciano Construction Incorporated, Cesar's Construction and Supply. TWG, kindly open the first envelope of the complying bidders. Thank you. Please proceed to the pre-bid conference for contract ID number for contract ID number 25N00191. Please proceed. Thank you.
For the next project, construction of riverbank slow protection upstream, left side, Barangay Sakul, Buenavista, Agusan del Norte. With project ID of P009200130MN, appropriation 200 million pesos, ABC 193 million pesos. Location at Buenavista, Agusan del Norte, with contract duration of 300 calendar days. Description of work to be done, facilities for the engineer, other general requirements, earthwork, and bank and slope protection works. For the scope of work, construction, maintenance of flood mitigation structure, and drainage system, with a length of 686.34 linear meters. Station at 0+00 to station 0+599.42 at left side. And station 0+020 to station 0+106.92 right side. Summary of the quantities. The detailed breakdown. The minimum equipment requirement. For the quarry site at item 104 at Bonbon Mountain Quarry, average hauling distance 17 kilometers from project site. For item 405 at Kabadwaran River, Dinabucan section, average hauling distance 53 kilometers from project site. For item 200 at Ginabsan River, average hauling distance 10 kilometers from project site. Location map of the project. Topographic plan. The typical section of revetment. Concrete slope protection detail. This steel sheet pile and coping detail. Steel sheet pile detail. That's all, ma'am, answer.
Do we have question? So there is none. Please proceed to the last project for our pre-bid conference, which is contract ID number 25N00213. Thank you.
Basta ka. Okay, then.
Okay. So for our last project with contract ID number 25N00213, uh, I will declare this uh, failure. Ay, okay. So we will not proceed with the pre-bid conference for this project since there is a request from the planning and design division to cancel for the reason due to revision of design plans. So we will not proceed with the pre-bid conference for this project until further notice. Thank you. So we are done with our pre-bid conference. May I request Engineer Flora Sara Bisaya to please present the technical and financial requirements and some reminders during our bidding conference. Thank you.
Ay, dong. Technical. Kuan. Yan. Technical din. Technical and financial. No. Sa itong sa pre-bid. Hmm.
This is for our pre-bid conference. We have few reminders. Please be guided also for the provisions of RA 9184 and its IAR as well as the GPPB issuances. Number 2, the dropping of bid on only CWA registered representatives will be allowed. If not available, SPA will be recognized subject to the following guidelines. First, the SPA should be emailed to the box secretariat using the PhilGEM's registered email of the company. This way, the company cannot claim forgery or no knowledge of the submission. Second, the original copy of the SPA should be submitted to the box secretariat together with a copy of company ID and any government issued ID with picture and signature. Third, only one representative per company is allowed during the bidding period due to the limited space of the conference room. Additional participants can view the live coverage or through Zoom. Another reminders, qualifications of the materials engineer should include the DPWH accreditation issued through a department order. Number 4, the deadline of submission is at 10 a.m. sharp. The notary should not be taken lightly. It can lead to criminal or prosecution and blacklisting. Bidders are directed to use the, oh no, this is no longer applicable. So during the conference, we have house rules. When called, raise your hand to be recognized. Phone should be on silent mode. Call should be answered outside. And if there are any questions, clarifications, just raise your hand to be recognized before raising any issue. So for our technical requirements for the pre-bid for during the bidding conference, we have the following requirements.
Oh,
Please view the technical requirements. Technical. Okay, for the technical requirements, the financial. Financial. Other one. Technical. First. Motion. For the technical requirements, Philippine, ano siguro? 11. Okay. Okay, attention to all prospective bidders. Here are the following technical requirements for the first envelope. First, field gift certificate of registration and membership platinum. And number 2, if not enrolled in CWA, following Class A and B documents not covered by field gift certificate, here are the following requirements. First, the PCAB license and registration, statement of all ongoing government and private projects, the SLCC, the NFCC computation and statement of total assets and liabilities, and the joint venture, if applicable, and letter B, if enrolled in CWA Class A and B documents, and CWA if any to be updated. Third requirements, we have the bid security in the prescribed form, amount, and validity period. Here are the acceptable forms. It can be a cashier's check, manager's check, issued by a universal or commercial bank at 2% of ABC. Another one, we have the bank draft guarantee or a revocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank. If issued by a foreign bank, confirmed or authenticated by a universal or a commercial bank at 2% of ABC. Another one we have also here, the surety bond, callable upon demand, issued by a surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security at 5% of ABC. And the most common one, we have the bid securing declaration. And for the fourth requirement, it's project requirements, which shall include the following. Letter A, organizational chart for the contract to be bid. List of contractors, key personnel, see clause 14.283 BDS to be assigned to the contract with their complete qualification data. Another one, the list of contractors major construction and laboratory equipment units owned less and or under purchase agreements supported by proof of ownership, less purchase and certification of availability of equipment from lessor vendor for project duration. See clause 14.2A3 CBDS. Last requirement is the omnibus sworn statement and the form prescribed by GPPB resolution number 16-2020. Please take note that if there are any missing, incomplete, or patently insufficient documents in the above mentioned checklist, it's a ground for outright rejection of the bid. Next, for the financial requirement, for the financial requirement, ika to. Okay, for the financial requirements of, during the submission of bid, first, there should be a duly signed financial bid form in accordance with the form prescribed in Section 9 bidding forms. There should be a duly signed bid prices and the bill of quantities. There should be a duly signed detailed estimates, including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with a bid. Lastly, there should be a duly signed quarterly, monthly cash flow and payment schedule. Again, please take note that if there are any missing, incomplete, or patently insufficient documents in the above mentioned checklist, is a ground for outright rejection of the bid. That's all for the technical and financial requirements of the bid. Thank you.
Ma'am, so do we have any questions or clarifications for our technical and financial requirements and for the reminders? So there is none. So for our pre-bid conference, so so for our if there are prospective bidders for our pre-bid conference, you may you are allowed to exit na. However, if you wish to stay and attend our bidding conference, you may do so. So that would be all for our pre-bid conference. So for now, let us focus on our bidding conference. Thank you.
We have now two financial results of the following projects. Contract ID number 25 and 00085, San Antonio to Laventic to Malinhawod, and Provincial Road in support to Abaca Fiber Processing Remedios T. Romualdez, Agusan del Norte, with an approved budget for the contract of 28,950,000 pesos. So for RD Mandana's construction, in the total amount of bid of 28,940,634 pesos and 66 centavos passed. And for ERQ Builders, in the total amount of bid of 28,640,000 pesos, 640,818 pesos and 85 centavos passed. So the lowest bidder for this project, we have ERQ Builders in the total amount of bid of 28,640,818 pesos and 85 centavos. Another financial result of the project for contract ID number 25N00129, Lanusa to Tandag Bypass Road, is DCR alternate road, Surigao del Sur, with an approved budget for the contract of 24,125,000 pesos. For this project, we have 4 participating bidders. And for MA3 construction, in a total amount of 24,114,967 pesos, less discount of 0.25%. The total amount of bid is 24,054,679 pesos and 58 cents. Passed. For Adfill Corporation, in the total amount of bid of 24,085,515 pesos and 88 cents. Passed. For Evenpar Construction and Development Corporation, in the total amount of 24,075,000 pesos, less discount of 0.3%. The total amount of bid is 24,002,775 pesos. Passed. For Equiparco Construction Company, the total amount of 24,121,771 pesos and 36 cents, less discount of 0.2%. So the total amount of bid is 24,073,527 pesos and 82 cents. Passed. The lowest bidder for this project, we have Evenpar Construction and Development Corporation in the total amount of bid of 24,002,775 pesos. That's all for the result, the financial result of these 2 projects.
Thank you, ma'am. So please take note that all of the bids are still subject to bid evaluation and arithmetical corrections. Thank you. Seeing the eligibility results for contract ID number 25N00073, Agusan del Norte, Agusan del Sur, North-South Lateral Road, Las Nieves, Agusan del Norte, to Kapalong, Davao del Norte, Agusan del Sur, 2nd Legislative District. We have 11 eligible bidders, namely GCAR Construction Incorporated, Adfill Corporation, Triparco Development Corporation, M. Montes Claros Enterprises Incorporated, Monolithic Construction and Concrete Products Incorporated, Vicente T. Lao Construction, Roma Construction and Development Corporation, RFB Construction Corporation, Northern Builders, MA3 Construction, and Ramesses Construction. TWG kindly open the first envelope of the eligible bidders. Also announcing the result for contract ID number 25N 00078, construction of road, Butuan City to Pianing to Tandag Boundary, Agusan del Sur, Surigao del Sur, Package 2, Tandag City, Surigao del Sur. We have 13 eligible bidders, namely GCAR Construction Incorporated, Equiparco Construction Company, Adfield Corporation, M. Montes Claros Enterprises Incorporated, Monolithic Construction and Concrete Products Incorporated, Vicente T. Lau Construction, Roma Construction and Development Corporation, RFB Construction Corporation, Northern Builders, Ware Corporation International, Hexa Mines Corporation, ME3 Construction, and Ramesses Construction. TWG kindly open the first envelope of the eligible bidders. Thank you.
Announcing the technical result of contract ID number 25N00072. Construction of Trento to Lingig Bypass Road, Trento Agusan del Sur, with an approved budget for the contract of 150,347,000 pesos. And for this project, we have 9 participating bidders. And they are GCAR Construction Incorporated, RFB Construction Corporation, Vicente T. Lau Construction, GM Luciano Construction Incorporated, C. Charles Construction and Supply, Monolithic Construction and Concrete Products Incorporated, Ramesses Construction, RS Sipian Construction and Trucking, and lastly, we have Equiparco Construction Company. These 9 participating bidders submitted bid security in a form of bid securing declaration, and they are all complying or sufficient. That's all for the technical result of this project.
TWG kindly open the second envelope of the complying bidders. Thank you.
Announcing the result of the technical evaluation for contract ID number 25N00006. preventive maintenance, primary roads along Maharlika Highway, Agusan to Davao Road section, kilometer 1304 plus minus 035 to kilometer 1305 plus 810 with an approved budget for the contract of 77,196,140 pesos. All in all, we have 9 participating bidders for this project, namely GCAR Construction Incorporated, Monolithic Construction and Concrete Products Incorporated, Roma Construction and Development Corporation, Adfil Corporation, Rameses Construction, Troy Parco Development Corporation, M. Montes Claros Enterprises Incorporated, MS3 Construction, and Northern Builders. These 9 participating bidders submitted bid security in a form of bid securing declaration, and they are all complying or sufficient. That's all for the technical result of this project, sir.
TWG, kindly open the second envelope of the complying bidders. Thank you. So it is 12 o'clock. Ah, lunch na lang. Sige. Okay, ma'am. Proceed.
Last project before we will have a break. For contract ID number 25N00073, Agusan del Norte, Agusan del Sur, North to South Lateral Road, Las Nieves, Agusan del Norte, to Kapalong, Davao del Norte, Agusan del Sur, Second Legislative District, with an approved budget for the contract of 96,500,000 pesos. And for this project, we have 11 participating bidders. They are GCAR Construction Incorporated, RFB Construction Corporation, Vicente T. Lau Construction, Monolithic Construction and Concrete Products Incorporated, Roma Construction and Development Corporation, Advil Corporation, Rameses Construction, Triparco Development Corporation, M. Montes Claros Enterprises Incorporated, MS3 Construction, and Northern Builders. These 11 participating bidders submitted bid security in a form of bid securing declaration, and they are all complying or sufficient. That's all for the technical result of this project, sir.
DPWH kindly open the second envelope of eligible bidders. Thank you.
Agree?
So let us first take our lunch break since it is already 12:09 in the afternoon. So we will proceed with the bidding conference at exactly 1 p.m. Thank you.
Retire naman.
Noon, so let us now proceed. Good afternoon. It is 1:07 in the afternoon, so let us now proceed with our bidding conference. So announcing the eligibility results for contract ID number 25N 00126, Butuan City, Pianing, Tandag Road, Package 11, Surigao del Sur. We have 10 eligible bidders, namely GCAR Construction Incorporated, Equiparco Construction Company, Vicente T. Lau Construction, Monolithic Construction and Concrete Products Incorporated, 10-02 Enterprises Company Incorporated, RFB Construction Corporation, Kanaway Builders Corporation, Ramises Construction, JM Lociano Construction Incorporated, and C. Charles Construction Supply. TWG, kindly open the first envelope of the eligible bidders. Thank you.
Okay, announcing the result of the financial evaluation for contract ID number 25N00006. Preventive maintenance primary roads along Maharlika Highway, Agusan to Davao section. Kilometer 1304 plus minus 35 to kilometer 1305 plus 810 with an approved budget for the contract of 77,196,140 pesos. We have 9 participating bidders for this project. For GCAR Construction Incorporated in a total amount of bid of 77,126,667 pesos and 98 centavos passed. Monolithic Construction and Concrete Products Incorporated and a total amount of bid of 77,134,877 pesos and 99 cents passed. Ruma Construction and Development Corporation and a total amount of bid of 27,139,223 pesos .07 Adfil passed. Adfil Corporation in the total amount of 77,163,391 pesos and 25 cents less discount of 0.1%. The total amount of bid is 77,086,227 pesos and 86 cents passed. Ramises Construction in the total amount of 77,180,714 pesos and 50 cents, less discount of 0.1%. The total amount of bid is 77,103,533 pesos and 79 cents passed. Triparco Development Corporation in the total amount of 77,181,347 pesos 0.08 less discount of 0.5%. The total amount of bid is 26,795,440 pesos and 34 cents passed. M. Montes Claros Enterprises Incorporated in a total amount of bid of 77,133,681 pesos and 34 centavos passed. For MA3 Construction in the total amount of 77,163,425 pesos and 60 centavos less 0.1% discount. The total amount of bid now is 77,086,262 pesos and 17 centavos passed. Northern Builders, the total amount of bid of 77,145,901 pesos and 50 centavos passed. The lowest bidder for this project, we have Triparco Development Corporation in the total amount of bid of 26,795,440 pesos and 34 cents. Another financial result of the technical evaluation for contract ID number 25N00072, construction of Tren 2 to Lingig Bypass Road, Tren 2 Agusan del Sur with an approved budget for the contract of 150,347,000 pesos. With this project, there are 9 participating bidders. So for GCAR Construction Incorporated in a total amount of bid of 150,247,000 pesos passed. RFB Construction Corporation in a total amount of bid of 150,122,449 pesos and 90 centavos passed. Vicente T. Lau Construction in a total amount of bid of 150,245,017 pesos and 75 cents passed. For GM Luciano Construction Incorporated, the total amount of 147,319,598 pesos and 47 cents less discount of 1%. The total amount of bid is 145,846,402 pesos and 48 cents passed. C. Charles Construction and Supply, the total amount of bid of 150,336,116 pesos and 11 cents passed. Monolithic Construction and Concrete Products Incorporated, the total amount of bid of 150,288,021 pesos and 43 cents passed. Ramesses Construction in the total amount of bid of 150,286,773 pesos and 51 cents passed. For RA Cipian Construction and Trucking, the total amount of bid of 150,323,858 pesos and 76 cents passed. And lastly, for Equiparco Construction Company in the total amount of bid of 150,342,644 pesos and 16 cents passed. The lowest bidder for this project, we have GM Luciano Construction Incorporated, the total amount of bid of 145,846,402 pesos and 48 cents. That's all for the result of the financial evaluation of this project, sir.
Please take note that all of the bids are still subject to bid evaluation and arithmetical corrections. Thank you.
the result of the financial evaluation for contract ID number 25N00073, Agusan del Norte, Agusan del Sur North to South Lateral Road, Las Nieves, Agusan del Norte to Kapalong, Davao del Sur, del Norte, Agusan del Sur Second Legislative District, with an approved budget for the contract of 96,500,000 pesos. This project, we have 11 participating bidders. For GCAR Construction Incorporated, in the total amount of bid of 96,400,000 pesos passed. RFB Construction and Construction Corporation, the total amount of bid of 96,355,670 pesos 0.04 cents passed. Vicente T. Lau Construction, in the total amount of bid of 96,399,692 pesos and 78 centavos passed. Monolithic Construction and Concrete Products Incorporated, in the total amount of bid of 96,428,580 pesos and 38 cents passed. Roma Construction and Development Corporation, in the total amount of bid of 96,446,428 pesos and 57 cents passed. Hadfield Corporation, in the total amount of 96,469,782 pesos and 73 centavos, less discount of 0.8%. The total amount of bid is 95,698,024 pesos and 47 cents passed. Ramesses Construction, in the total amount of 96,465,746 pesos and 53 centavos, less discount of 0.8%. The total amount of bid is 95,694,020 pesos and 56 cents passed. For Triparco Development Corporation, in the total amount of 96,483,466 pesos and 68 cents, less discount of 1%. The total amount of bid is 95,518,632 pesos 0.01 cents passed. M. Montes Claros Enterprises Incorporated, in the total amount of 96,422,659 pesos and 62 cents, less discount of 0.8%. The total amount of bid is 95,651,278 pesos and 34 cents passed. For MS3 Construction, the total amount of 96,466,700 pesos and 49 cents, less discount of 0.8%. The total amount of bid is 95,694,966 pesos and 89 cents passed. Lastly, for Northern Builders, we have, or in the total amount of bid of 96,449,712 pesos and 15 cents passed. The lowest bidder for this project is Triparco Development Corporation, in the total amount of bid of 95,518,632 pesos 0.01 cents. That's all for the financial result of the technical evaluation for this project, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. So please take note that the bids are still subject to bid evaluation and arithmetical corrections. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. announcing the result of the technical evaluation of the two remaining projects for today's bidding conference for contract ID number 25N0078, construction of road Butuan City to Pianing to Tandag, boundary Agusan del Sur to Surigao del Sur, package 2, Tandag City, Surigao del Sur, with an approved budget for the contract of 115,800,000 pesos. This project, we have 13 participating bidders. They are GCAR Construction Incorporated, RFB Construction Corporation, Vicente T. Lau Construction, Monolithic Construction, and Concrete Products Incorporated, Roma Construction and Development Corporation, Hixamines Corporation, Adfil Corporation, Rameses Construction, Ware Corporation, International Equiparco Construction Company, M. Montes Claros Enterprises Incorporated, MS3 Construction, and Northern Builders. These 13 bidders submitted bid security in a form of bid securing declaration, and they are all complying and sufficient. Another result of the financial evaluation for contract ID number 25N00126, Butuan City to Pianing to Tandag Road, package 11, Surigao del Sur, with an approved budget for the contract of 168,875,000 pesos. And for this project, we have 10 participating bidders. These 10 participating bidders submitted bid security in a form of bid securing declaration. They are GCAR Construction Incorporated, Kanaway Builders Corporation, 10-02. Is this 02 or 03? 02. 02, I think. Please, correct. 1002 Enterprises Company Incorporated, RFB Construction Corporation, Vicente Tilao Construction, GM Luciano Construction Incorporated, C. Charles Construction and Supply, Monolithic Construction and Concrete Products Incorporated, Rameses Construction, and Equiparco Construction Company. Again, there's 10 participating bidders submitted bid security in a form of bid securing declaration, and they're all complying or sufficient. That's all for the technical result of the evaluation for contract for these two projects, sir.
DWG, can you open the second envelope of the complying bidders? Thank you.
announcing the result of the financial evaluation for the last two remaining projects for today's bidding conference for contract ID number 25N00126 Butuan 1 or 25N0078 construction of road Butuan City to Pianing to Tandag Boundary Agusan del Sur to Surigao del Sur Package 2 Tandag Surigao del Sur with an approved budget for the contract of 115,800,000 pesos. Again, for this project, we have all in all 13 bidders. For GCAR Construction Incorporated in a total amount of 115,700,000 pesos. Passed. RFB Construction Corporation in the total amount of bid of 115,626,976 pesos and 25 cents. Passed. Vicente T. Lau Construction in the total amount of bid of 115,698,972 pesos and 45 cents. Passed. Monolithic Construction and Concrete Products Incorporated in the total amount of bid of 115,728,629 pesos and 48 cents. Passed. For Roma Construction and Development Corporation in the total amount of bid of 115,743,988 pesos and 33 cents. Passed. Hixa Mines Corporation in the total amount bid of 114,871,391 pesos and 32 cents. Passed. For Adfield Corporation in the total amount of 115,764,221 pesos and 72 cents, less discount of 0.8%. The total amount of bid is 114,838,107 pesos and 95 centavos. Passed. For Ramesses Construction in the total amount of 115,699,233 pesos and 40 cents, less discount of 0.8%. The total amount of bid is 114,773,639 pesos and 53 cents. Passed. For Ware Corporation International in the total amount of bid of 115,074,334 pesos and 87 cents. Passed. For Equiparco Construction Company in the total amount of 115,784,402 pesos and 34 cents, less discount of 1%. The total amount of bid is 114,626,558 pesos and 32 cents. Passed. For M. Montes Claros Enterprises Incorporated in the total amount of 115,734,877 pesos and 77 cents, less discount of 0.8%. The total amount of bid is 114,808,998 pesos and 75 cents. Passed. MA3 Construction in the total amount of 115,798,592 pesos and 20 cents, less discount of 0.8%. The total amount of bid now is 114,867,243 pesos and 46 cents. Passed. For Northern Builders, the total amount of bid of 115,749,958 pesos. Passed. The lowest bidder for this project is Equiparco Construction Company in a total amount of bid of 114,626,558 pesos and 32 cents. Another result of the financial evaluation for contract ID number 25N00126 Butuan City to Pianing to Tandag Road, Package 11. Surigao del Sur with an approved budget for the contract of 168,875,000 pesos. For these projects, there are 10 participating bidders. For GCAR Construction Incorporated, and the total amount of bid of 168,775,000 pesos passed. Kanaway Builders Corporation, and the total amount of bid of 168,774,557 pesos passed. For 10-02 Enterprises Company Incorporated, and a total amount of bid of 167,708,035 pesos and 93 cents passed. RFB Construction Corporation, and a total amount of bid of 168,622,156 pesos and 49 cents passed. Vicente T. Lau Construction, in the total amount of bid of 168,774,593 pesos and 58 cents passed. For GM Luciano Construction Incorporated, in the total amount of 165,553,703 pesos and 42 cents, less discount of 1%. The total amount of bid is 163,898,166 pesos and 39 cents passed. For C. Charles Construction and Supply, in the total amount of bid of 168,864,121 pesos and 17 cents passed. For Monolithic Construction and Concrete Products Incorporated, in the total amount of 168,819,876 pesos and 65 cents passed. Ramesses Construction, in the total amount of bid of 168,843,477 pesos and 79 cents passed. Lastly, for Equiparco Construction Company, in the total amount of bid of 168,870,609 pesos and 64 cents passed. And so the lowest bidder for this project, we have GM Luciano Construction Incorporated, in the total amount of bid of 163,898,166 pesos and 39 cents. That's all for our financial result of this remaining 2 projects for this bidding conference, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. So please take note that all of the bids are still subject to bid evaluation and arithmetical corrections. So that would be our last project for today's bidding conference. So do we have any questions or clarification? So there is none. So may I hear the pleasure of the body to formally close the bidding conference? So it has been moved and seconded. I now declare this bidding conference adjourned. Thank you and good afternoon.